Hi everyone, this is Kiwi Ninamori, and I'm doing a response video for the BJD tag that I just created, the frustration tag. And so my answer for question number 1, which was, have you ever had a doll you really wanted so badly, as soon as it arrived you weren't sure you wanted it anymore? That, for me in this case would be my Dolce Saint that I have. So I ordered my Saint during the discontinuing sale that Dolce was doing, where you could buy the whole doll for like $3.50, so it was just like practically it's half off. And I so badly wanted a Saint because everyone always has beautiful pictures of Saint, and I've just thought it would be so cool to have it and see what I could do with his character. It's just one of those artist dolls that I just wanted to have because he was pretty. And so I ended up waiting like 8 months for this doll to come in because Dolce was really behind. They kept coming up with new dolls that they kept putting them further behind. I didn't understand why they did that. So I waited that long, and all this time in my mind his character was changing. It's like what I had in mind. I had this wig commissioned for him, so as soon as he arrived I put that on, but it still felt like he was no longer that person that I was planning for. So it's just like, I did the box opening, I was excited at the moment to have him. It was just like, finally, 8 months of waiting, he's here. And not quite sure anymore of who you are going to be, or if I even want you to be anybody, because he doesn't quite fit in with everyone now that he's here. So that's my frustration with him, is that this Saint that I've been wanting for so long is not turning out into anyone yet, but he's still blank. So I gotta try to give him a face up to see if that will turn into anything. For a second question, what is your worst shipping experience? So I may have briefly mentioned this in another video during a box opening, that I got an SD girl once, and I bought her used, and the person shipped her to me in her default box. No cushion, no paper filling, no styrofoam or anything. She's just in the box, and they put that box inside a trash bag and then duct taped around the bag. And so she came to me having just, floated around in the box, crashing about, as I'm assuming as male people treat them. And so she had like 4 fingers broken, and she was filthy, and she just looked like a mangled mess, and it was just horrible. I was just mortified. I was like, I can't believe they shipped this body to me, like this doll to me. So she didn't stay with me very long. That was just really sad to me because I had been looking forward to it. I think, yeah, that was my first SD girl ever, and that was not a good experience. So after that I didn't have too many. I had just SD boys. It took a while before I could buy a new one without fear. And as far as shipping from my end, I guess, I sold a little USD from Bambicrony, and it was going to France, and it was the beginning of my hobby, so I wasn't as experienced shipping internationally, so I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it. But it was like a month, and the person still hadn't gotten the doll back, but I was just like, this is France, they have customs, they take long. I did like first class international shipping, so I anticipated to take long. But she claimed she never got it, and so that month went by, and she just demanded a refund and started a PayPal claim, and I gave her the refund. So that was a little frustrating and nerve-wracking because I was just like, I really want you to have this doll. I didn't want to scam you or anything. I can't do anything about the mail. But I'm pretty sure, I've gotten stuff that took really long in shipping, so I'm pretty sure she may have gotten that doll after I've already sent her a full refund. So I'm just out of that money, and she has a free doll. I'm assuming. At least I would hope for the best, because I would rather her have a doll than nothing, if she wanted it really badly. So, for question number 3, my worst company experience. I don't order from companies too much because I'm a very impatient person, and I usually like to buy used so I can see what I'm getting, and I sort of get like extras because people are always giving away the clothes and eyes and stuff for free. But I had ordered several dolls from Doll Zone when they were doing their discontinuing sale of their old bodies, and I really, really wanted Doll Zone Carter, his one eye closed and his two open-eyed head, and I wanted one on a girl body and one on the boy body of the taller discontinued bodies that they did. And I had ordered through Denver Doll, and I waited the 6 months that it was supposed to take to come here, and Denver Doll messaged me as soon as I got the doll that, oh, Doll Zone didn't have any more girl bodies, they didn't make your order, so they just shipped the head and the other Carter on his boy body. So they want to know, are you okay with having a new doll entirely, one of the Sleeping Hell heads they have in stock, or you could send you one of the newer bodies? And I was like, no. I wanted it on the discontinued body. That was the whole point, is that I love those bodies, and it was leaving, and I would never have the chance to get it on that body again. So I just told them I wanted the refund, and I had just the Carter boy, and I think that was my biggest deterrent for having MSDs. I stopped collecting MSDs after that, and I sold my Carter, because I couldn't do the story that I had with them. They were supposed to be twins. One was supposed to be a girl and one was supposed to be a boy, and I just didn't want to wait for anyone who had also went in on that discontinuation sale to sell their girl body. That would take months for them to find out they didn't want it. So I just pretty much gave up on MSDs. That was my frustration in having to deal with that company disappointing me like that, waiting the 6 months to find out that they didn't do my order when they could have just messaged me along the way rather than waiting. I'm not sure if it was Denver Doll that was just waited and just maybe Doll Zone told them earlier that they didn't have my order, and just Denver Doll was like, well, maybe she won't mind, we'll just tell her at the end. Or if it was Doll Zone actually waiting till the last minute to tell her. So I don't know which company, but that experience together was not the best. So for number 4, what was the doll that got away? For me, that is the Rumple Doll Morpheo head. That is an artist doll head, and I found out about this doll, and it was perfect for a character I've always wanted to do. I was worried I was probably going to have to like commission someone to just sculpt the head for me or modify intensely, because I really wanted a doll with these type of ears and this face. And I found that doll, and it was perfect, and I wanted him so badly. And Rumple Doll was only releasing 10 heads, and they didn't have a major website, so it was just email her at that certain time in Spain, in a time zone that I wasn't going to be awake for. But even if I woke up really early, it was first 10 people to email, so I'm like, I have slow internet. And I'm just really sad that I missed out on the opportunity to get one of those 10 heads, and I'm just looking at all the Morpheo pictures online, feeling very sad and wanting him so badly, and now I'm just like keeping up with the Rumple Doll posts on Instagram and Facebook, seeing if it'll ever be released again, really hoping that Rumple Doll's working on other projects. So for right now, that's the doll that got away, and it may keep getting away because next batch is only going to release in 20 heads, I believe, whenever that will be. So first 20 people email. Now I have to not sleep at all that night. Number 5, what was the most items you've gotten for a doll that didn't work out? Well, not so, well, I've gotten a lot of items before, but the most memorable one is Newt. So this Loom Doll Scythe head I have from a discontinued company, and I just had the head, and it didn't have the body, and I've been looking for his body. So this is his 4th body that he's on that finally worked out. So that's the most I've items I've gotten. He's gone through 3 other bodies before this one that didn't work out. Which ties into the 6th question, which is, what's the most money you've spent on an item or parts that didn't work out for the doll? And that would, so each body that he's been on was like $200 to $300 each. So, and I would sell them after it didn't work out, so I could try to sort of recycle that money, but it's still a pain. I'm really glad I have found him a body. 4 bodies, Newt. You're the problem child. But I'm really happy because now he's like my favorite. Now he finally has a body, not a floating head on my shelf. And the last question is, what is the worst time you've gotten something that wasn't as it was described? And that, for me, since I buy used a lot, I'm kind of expecting some things to be off, but I did get a really bad elf doll pinup body before that I bought used from DOA, and I thought I could trust this person. She was like a mod person, well, not a moderator, but someone who does doll mods and face ups and stuff. So I figured she knows how to clean her dolls. She knows how to take care of them. I got this doll and it was so filthy. It was gross and it scratched, and I just like, just what did you do? Just soak it in dirt? It was just awful, and I didn't understand why that happened. And she claimed to have cleaned it right before sending it to me, and I'm like, there's no way. Even if there was like dust in the box and the cleaning solution you used on the body would not have developed this much dirt on this doll. This doll had not been cleaned. And I was just so frustrated because I couldn't get it to wipe. It was like stained, and I messaged her, this doll is dirty and I'm not happy, but she's just like, oh, I swear I cleaned him, it must have been the shipping. And so I tried to sell that body. I disclosed to everyone, it's like, this body is pretty filthy, and someone bought the body with that anticipation. And when they got it, they were just like, oh, this is way dirtier than I thought. Can I have a refund? And I'm just like, but I told you about it. But they really wanted a refund, and I didn't want to deal with the whole PayPal thing. So I gave them a refund, ended up with the body again, and just really disappointed because I'm like, I don't want this body, and no one else wants this body. So I ended up doing trades for the body with, for services for a face-up artist. She made it look okay after that, but I was just really disappointed that this person I had bought it from, who was a face-up artist and a mod person, could not clean it before sending it to me, or did not try to disclose how bad it was. Because I feel like you just let me know what I'm getting into. Don't just try to brush it off as if it wasn't your fault. Because then she accused me of like, oh, it must have happened while you had it, type thing, if I waited too long to message her about the fact that this doll is too dirty and nothing I do was cleaning it. So that's pretty much a lot of my major frustrations in the hobby, as well as personal experiences. I'm really interested in seeing everyone else's response to the frustration tag. I'm pretty sure there's lots of interesting stories out there. So I'm going to leave that for today, and I will see everyone else later.